Hey, this is Rob Dukes of Exodus, and you're watching CMS TV.
What's going on, everybody? It is Chris Akin. I am back once again with another edition of Chris Akin Presents. Thank you so much for watching, whether you're watching on Rumble or Locals or wherever, Odyssey, YouTube, wherever. Thank you. Appreciate it. Make sure you follow us on whatever platform you're watching on. Appreciate that too. And do all the podcasty stuff, like, subscribe, comment, blah, blah, blah. Do all that stuff. It's all good. Helps the channel, helps it grow. Helps me do more videos like this one, which some of you may like and some of you may not, and that's fine too. What we are talking about today, we are into the 7th month, almost done with the 7th month of the year. So I figured it's as good a time as any to look at kind of the first half of the year and go over the albums that we, and by we, I mean me, so I'll just say it that way. The albums I was most anticipating in 2026 that have not lived up to what I wanted. All right, fair enough. These are definitely metal albums, metal, hard rock metal, mostly metal. I listen to metal. I love metal. So therefore, these are the ones that I have. So I'll be curious to hear what you guys think. I'm sure there's albums I'm missing. I'm sure there's things where you guys listen to, like as an example, the Dimmu Borgir record is not on here. And I'm sure there are some of you that listen to nothing but black metal all the time. They'll be like, well, that was nowhere near as good as their past stuff, and that's fine. If that's you, that's you. Let's do it. All right, so let's get to it here and list the top 5 disappointments, I guess, of 2026 when it comes to heavy metal, at least to my ears. All right, coming in at number 5. Let's start with one that there was a lot of talk about it. There was a ton of conversation. Could it be good? Was he going too far? Was this going to have any chance at all of succeeding? And the answer was a resounding no. Of course, I'm talking about Geoff Tate's Operation Mindcrime 3. After so many years of waiting for this thing, we've heard about it. We've seen side projects from Geoff. We've seen lawsuits between him and Queensryche and the naming, and the band was called Operation Mindcrime for a while, and then it wasn't. Now it's Geoff Tate. And just an infinite amount of stuff around Geoff Tate. All to get to this point that we've been hearing about really since Operation Mindcrime 2. And that is the final chapter of Operation Mindcrime, Operation Mindcrime 3, or X, as Geoff told me. It's not listed that way anywhere, but X is what Geoff Tate told me the name of this is. So whatever you want to call it, Operation Mindcrime 3 or X. It came out. I'm not going to lie. I was praying to God it was going to be good, and it was not. It just feels like a middle-aged concept musical that might have been thought to be heavy, but then just wasn't. Production was super, super sterile. I mean, I think you could have brain surgery on these CDs. It's so fucking sterile, just not good. Tate sounds fine. I will say that. He still sounds good. Little processed in the mix. They definitely tweaked his voice a little bit, but he sounded pretty good. But the songs just stink. Silent Screams of the Machine is one of those songs. 6 minutes. It's spoken wordy type thing over a soft piano. What's it doing? Where's it going? I get it's a concept and you're trying to fill pieces. But if you didn't have anything to say for the story, don't use it. I mean, come on. Same with Mindcrime Reprise. So syrupy. It just makes Silent Lucidity seem like a thrash anthem of some sort. Just not good. And the Final Protocol. It's supposed to be the climax of the story. Just, all right, it's over. Fade to black. We're done here. So again, did I hate it? No. Will I ever listen to it again? Probably not. Just did not live up to what I was hoping for. And the bar was low for me anyway. I don't know about for you, but I still remember Mindcrime 2 being just a bag of shit. This is not that bad, but it's certainly not even allowed in the same 5-disc CD changer as a Mindcrime 1. Just not that good. So, number 5, Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime 3.
Hey metalheads, tired of waiting for new episodes? Crave the real raw classic metal show? For just $4.99 a month, you can become a CMS VIP. You get every episode a full week early, completely uncensored, and 100% commercial free. It's the only place to interact directly with the show, plus you score the Fast Pass, so your song requests get bumped straight to the head of the line on every live version. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe right now at classicmetalshow.locals.com and become a CMS VIP today.
Moving forward to number 4, I know for a lot of you were not looking forward to this, and I get that. So if this is you, you could skip forward to number 3. But I was looking forward to it. Sepultura's The Cloud of Unknowing. Now, this was billed as the last recorded music we're going to get from Sepultura. I know there's so many of you that are out there that have just dismissed everything from the Derek Green era. I get it. You're Max guys. If it ain't Max, it ain't Sepultura. I've heard it a zillion times. I think you're all wrong. I think you guys should really go back and venture to, I don't know, Dante, the Dante record. Kairos was really, really good. Mediator was really, really good. Most of them were really, really good. The only one that was really not good was Against. And that was written, I think, for Max, or maybe even by Max. I don't remember at this point, but that was not very good. But most of the Derek stuff, I wish it was called anything else. I wish it was called, Biotech is Godzilla, because then we would have had a new band that everybody would have appreciated. But the love for Max Cavalera killed so many metal fans from listening and enjoying the Derek Green era of the band. And that's your own fucking fault. And that being said, you don't need to listen to this one. Funny how that works, isn't it? The Cloud of Unknowing is just not very good. I expected it to be kind of where they've been the last few records, like Quatra and whatnot. And it's not. It's just this meandering few songs. Got some of the tribal shit in there to remind you that it's Sepultura. But nothing that stands out at all. Veil of Ash, I don't know what that is. Noise, I guess. It's just noisy. Unknown Horizon. It's supposed to be an epic. It just doesn't build. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays the same tempo, stays the same vibe. Like the whole time you're listening to it, you're waiting for it to kick in. And it just doesn't. And it just, done. Beneath the Cloud, kind of a groove track. It's probably the best on the record. And that being said, my God, is this repetitive? Not good. So Sepultura checking in number 4, The Cloud of Unknowing, on the top 5 list of disappointments for the first half of 2026. Moving on, number 3. Billed as the great comeback, as a lot of these records do get billed. Failing to deliver is the great comeback, as almost every one of these records does. Of course, I'm talking about Rob Zombie, The Great Satan. This album was a major disappointment for me personally. I really, for some stupid reason, and I'm guilty of this all the time, I guess. Maybe it's just me, but I believe the hype. I listened to it. I'm like, they couldn't be lying, especially when they reference the great records. This Rob Zombie thing, they're talking about this is as good as Hellbilly Deluxe. And I'm like, man, that's a big, big amount of praise. And, and I wanted it to be. I really was like hoping that I was not going to get another one of these terrible records with the long, stupid name, or, the Horses record. I was hoping for Hellbilly Deluxe. I was hoping for Astro Creep 2000. I know that's not Rob Zombie, but that's what I wanted. Nope, didn't get that. This just feels like the last 3 or 4 records in a row, just recycled, mix in some bullshit to fill the spaces, repetitive. A lot of it doesn't even sound like full songs. It just sounds like ideas that maybe got worked on for a while and didn't go anywhere, but they had almost 3 minutes or right around 3 minutes. Good enough. Put it in there. Give it a title. Put it up there. Just a garbage release in my book. Hell's New Playground. Is anybody looking for mid-tempo rock from Rob Zombie? You want something fast, right? We got our mid-tempos with Living Dead Girl. We're good. We want faster stuff. That ain't it. Devil's Disco, part 666. Well, that makes it scary, man, because it's part 666. Stupid dance metal track. Feels like it's a parody of Rob Zombie more than an actual Rob Zombie song. Just not good. And then, of course, the actual ballad attempt. Rob, you're not a balladeer. Don't do ballads. Satan's Favorite Song. Again, very scary with the Satan thing. It's 2026. I'm not telling people what to do with their music or how to express or any of that, but I think the satanic thing in metal is quite played. I don't think anybody is picking up a metal record anymore and going, ooh, upside down cross, scary, or pentagram. Oh, I can't listen to that. Ooh. It's 2026, folks. That day is done. In the 80s, when our parents grew up in church and they would see Shout at the Devil on a record from Motley Crue, of course they were horrified by it. That's kind of what the cool factor was it was so against the She Loves You Beatles. That was it. We've had so many, and I'm going to take this more to the world of movies for a minute. We've had so many more movies in the horror genre that have really shown us the absolute depravity of mankind, that putting a devil worship sign on a album cover or writing a song with Satan salutation in it is not, it's definitely not cool, but it's not even shocking, entertaining, anything anymore. It just doesn't hit home. And that's kind of the telltale of this record here. Does not hit home. Number 3, Rob Zombie, The Great Satan.
Hey, metalheads. Tired of the same old boring radio? Crank it up and dive into CMS 24/7 at cmsradio.net. Non-stop, the greatest, wildest segments from over 20 years of the classic metal show. Uncensored, unfiltered, and completely insane. Hear Neely's legendary rants, Chris losing his mind, and every wild character that made the show a cult classic. Plus, catch the latest full episode with all the music every single day at noon Eastern. Lock in now at cmsradio.net and feel the hilarity, the chaos, and the glory of metal history. CMS 24/7, because CMS lunacy never sleeps.
Moving forward, number 2. This should have been number 1 for me as far as, this was number 1 for me, even more than my number 1 as far as the release that I was looking forward to the most. And again, it's definitely not bad. I think if we were putting these in the order of good to bad, this would be probably number 5. But it's just a very big disappointment, a very big letdown, as you'll understand here in a minute. I'm talking about Goliath from Exodus. Again, not a bad record by any stretch, but I am a first and foremost Rob Dukes guy. I don't hate anything that Zetro did. I really don't. In fact, I pretty much love Exodus just as a band in general. Bailoff, Zetro, Dukes, love it all. But the first incarnation of Rob Dukes was so goddamn vicious. I mean, that was thrash metal almost to the level of death metal. It strayed just short. Kind of like Lamb of God, whose album this year was not even good enough to list, but that's a whole nother story. As far as Exodus goes, with Rob Dukes coming back, I expected extreme amounts of metal. Gary Holt just writing incredibly cool riffs. Dukes bringing the monstrosity of vocals to it. I just expected the greatness, and I did not get it. What I got was a 65 out of 100 standard. It's okay. Slower than I would like. I mean, I expected it to be a lot faster than it is. I expected the riffs to be a lot more ripping than they are. Again, again. I'm going to keep saying it because I know somebody in the comments is going to be like, you just didn't listen to it. I listened to it 100 times. I listened to it. It's lacking. You listen to even the last record or Blood In, Blood Out, or, and I'm not purposely not naming Duke's records. You listen to the last couple with Zet, way more aggressive than this. This is just like, hate to say it, but this is like the thrash metal icons are getting old, and it slowed it down a little bit. It's a little mid-tempo. It's a little too polished for my taste. There's a few tracks that just stink. Bonded by Mediocrity. Ugh. That name alone. Bonded by Mediocrity. It is bonded by mediocrity. The mediocrity bonded itself to this song. Just a mid-tempo, boring, shitty song. Feels like something that might have been written for Blood In, Blood Out, and Zetro was like, nope, not putting my voice to that. Just not good. Thrash of the Titans. Gee, let's reach back to the past and just totally write something that'll be like, I was at that tour. And then people will just accept the song. No. It's a nostalgia bait, if ever there was one. It's not good. And Giants Fall, another one. The Giant fell here. This is not a good record. So number 2, Goliath by Exodus. Pretty average.
New York's heavy metal titans are back! After 10 years, Anthrax unleashes their 12th studio album, Cursum Perficio, September 18th. This is the sound of legends completing their journey. Cursum Perficio, my journey is over. First single, It's for the Kids, is a buzzsaw riff monster! Explosive drums, howling hooks, and pure Anthrax destruction! Scott Ian, Charlie Benante, Frank Bello, Joey Belladonna, and Jonathan DeNice deliver the thrash masterpiece you've been waiting for. Get the 2-disc vinyl set right now, available at the bottom of your screen. Anthrax, Cursum Perficio, September 18th. This is the one you've been waiting for.
And number 1, for me, I would rate this below average for this band. I would rate this in the probably 3rd worst in their career. It's a little better than 2 that I'll name in a second, but it's not real good. And this is another one. We're leaving. We're on our way out. We're going to hype it to death. We're going to do a movie about it, for God's sakes, because it's so in need of extra explanation than just the songs. Of course, I'm talking about the self-titled Megadeth record. This Megadeth album, honestly, since the movie came out, I've tried to listen to it 3 more times. I have not made it to the end once. It is a failure of epic proportions to me for a number of reasons. Number 1, there's just not a lot of juice left in the lemon there, so to speak. Mustaine sounds not very good. I'm sure they enhanced his voice or did something to his voice to get him through it, but he's croaking it out. He's in that same world as like Jeff Keith from Tesla, where you can still sort of tell it's the guy, but it's just not nearly as good. The big problem with this is that, I don't know, there was so much going on between here, the lineup changes and, lineup drama and Mustaine talking it up. And when all the talk and everything was, you just expected something really good from them. And what you got was better than Risk, better than Super Collider, probably not as good as The World Needs a Hero. That's kind of where I would slot it in there, is right there at the very bottom of the Megadeth list. The reaches back for nostalgia, The System That Never Was, Rust in Silence, Peace Sells again. Does it? Does it really? And then, of course, Ride the Lightning. You're covering it because you played on it or you wrote it or whatever. 40 years established with another band and not you, it's not your song anymore. I don't care if you did write it. It's not very good. And let me even take that back. It may very well be good. It might be good to somebody that does not like Metallica. But if you are any sort of level of a Metallica fan at all, and you listen to the Ride the Lightning, what do you hear? You hear it not sounding like Ride the Lightning, the version you know. So it comes in with a fail clause built into it. And I almost wonder if Dave does that on purpose so that no matter what anybody says, he can say, well, yeah, of course, but I wrote that. So, he's almost trying to glom on, as he's done for 40 years, glom on to Metallica's success. Well, he's not doing it with this album. I don't think anybody is going to go back to this thing in 2 years and be like, man, they went out with a bang. Of course, they'll still be on tour since the never-ending tour of 5 years for going away will still be going on in 2 years. But I doubt very highly any of us will be listening to this record. So, number 1, Megadeth, self-titled, most disappointing of 2026. And that's going to do it. Let me recap real quick. Number 5, Jeff Tate, Operation Mindcrime 3. Number 4, Sepultura, The Cloud of Unknowing. Number 3, Rob Zombie, The Great Satan. Number 2, Goliath by Exodus. And of course, number 1 was Metallica. No. It was Megadeth. Got me thinking about Metallica, damn it. And I'm not gonna lie, a couple years ago, 72 Seasons might have been right here. Being honest. But no, Megadeth, number 1 on the list of disappointments. How's that stacked for you guys? Do you guys got something that I missed? Where's my Lamb of God people? I know that record was a big record that a lot of people were looking forward to. And I've not even heard a note of it because whatever. What's his name? Randy Blythe says, if you like this guy, don't vote for me or don't listen to my music. Fair enough. Save you the trouble. So I don't. So I don't know if it's good or bad. I do know this. I don't see anybody talking about it. Nobody, no forums, no comments, no nothing. So I assume that record's not very good. The only reason it's not on my list here is because I literally have not listened to it one time. But I'll be anxious to hear what you guys say. Leave it in the comments. Let me know your 5 most disappointing as we get a little bit past the halfway of 2026. Maybe I'll do this again at the end of the year and see if these 5 are the 5 or if 2 or 3 other records slide in there somewhere. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you as always for supporting. If you are so inclined, please join us over at Locals. We have a lot of fun over there. It is $4.99 a month. There's extra content. There's early releases. Sometimes with the interviews, they're released 2-3 months before you get them on the free side, and you get them with no commercials and stuff. So if you just want it uncensored, uncut, no commercials, it's $4.99 a month. And it's literally everything that you get my fat, stupid face on in the camera goes over to Locals. So make sure you check that out, okay? All right. And like I said, that is going to do it for this episode of Chris Akin Presents. Until next time, I have been Chris Akin. And guess what, folks? I will be again tomorrow. See ya.
Heavy metal warriors, are you ready to crank it up? The Classic Metal Show is live every Saturday night, 9 p.m. to 3 a.m., and you can blast it right on your big screen TV. Just download the Rumble app on your smart TV or streaming device. Head to rumble.com/c/CMS. Follow the channel and get ready to headbang from your couch or your bed. Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., catch the daily replay, plus killer interviews on Chris Akin Presents. No cable, no limits, pure classic metal live whenever we hit the stream. Download Rumble now, subscribe, and never miss a riff again. The Classic Metal Show, louder on Rumble.